Thank you so much, guys. And what a powerful message there about democratizing infrastructure and AI and the current possibilities we have. And I'm very excited today to talk to you about how Civo is doing this different and how we're building a cloud where you can rely on us to build first-class AI solutions. Before we do that, I'd like to talk a little bit about the need right now for UK sovereignty and the importance behind it. And I think everyone here is a believer of the fact that the UK is an AI powerhouse and has been in a historic moment. We produce more PhDs in mathematics, statistics, machine learning than the entirety of Europe combined. We have 400 billion as a potential opportunity to gain into UK economy by 2030. And actually, further research from analysts such as Gartner say that we are the G7 nation poised to gain the most from generative AI research right now. Even with this largest opportunity ahead of us, most opportunity for us to gain an increase in our economy, increase the throughput of our development, we still haven't produced assets like a foundational model. And when we ask experts about why is this the case, why are we the third biggest country with the most amount of investment but producing the least amount of artifacts, is the bottom line comes down to a conversation about capabilities, having access to the latest generation hardware and infrastructure in your hands to be able to solve these problems. And at Civo, we've built these from the ground up around these modern problems. You're not pulling a cloud infrastructure solution that's been built 10 years ago on the legacy cloud. We are built for this problem being solved at the scale that the challenge is at right now. We are looking at what you can do around GPU acceleration options by default across all of our products. Our storage across the board is inference and training ready for high performance workloads. And we've worked effortlessly with partners to be able to make sure that that's in place for you. Further to the points that Kelsey's made is we have a really powerful network and security layer here that directly approaches the challenges such as complex compliance configurations, difficult regulatory environments. And we're really eager to be able to make those instantaneously available through products such as on-premise, FlexCore, and what you saw earlier today. We are committed to making sure we are adamant advisors to you guys around the infrastructure you choose, how you run, and how your workloads are taking advantage of the latest generation technologies. We understand that this is the #1 challenge that people are struggling with right now, is how do I keep up with the AI explosion? And that's why Civo has been very proud to provide all of the generations of machine learning acceleration from NVIDIA, from Ampere, all the way to the B200 GPUs that we were one of the first providers in the UK to be able to perform. We have seen 100x performance across GPUs over the last 5 years. We have been building expertise that makes you the first people to be able to leverage that and experience it. If you want to learn a little bit more about what we're doing in this area, we have an AI product briefing a little bit later on today where I'll be digging into details about how you can build these products. And if you want to talk about the insights for that, at the end of the day, I've got a workshop around using these to build enterprises in a smarter way. Alongside building your AI solutions, we also have a turnkey solution for AI for companies who don't want to build from the scratch ground up. I'd like to invite Mark Porter onto the stage to help us demo some of this. Fantastic. So Relax is our privacy-first AI platform. And the focus we have here is to enable complex regulatory environments and complex regulatory challenges that typically would be difficult to achieve. We are one of the first providers to enable UK in-country processing. If you are looking at legal records in the UK or UK hospital records, we're one of the only providers that can not only keep that being sent to the model in the country, but the entire life cycle of all agentic functionality behind that is also kept inside the same data center. We run entirely on open source models. This is the relaxAI interface. We have worked really hard to make sure that this is available for both technical individuals through services like an API, but also the non-technical individuals who want to leverage AI. To start out, Mark, do you want to ask Relax a question about the Bishopsgate area? Fantastic. And as this is being sent, this is all being processed in our UK data centers on the latest NVIDIA B200 hardware. This is being stored and processed at military-grade encryption on AES 256 and is ready to go with turnkey privacy and design. But it's not just about having privacy and performance. It's also about making sure that these tools can solve real problems. And actually, what we're really excited to show you is actually the deep research product we've been working, which is built to be able to leverage this advanced machine learning technology take a hold of a problem inside your business, such as should I make this particular investment, where is the current state of this technical implementation, and actually produce an in-depth analyst report on that exact subject. So Mark, should we get it to do a research report on the current state of the UK cloud industry? Fantastic. And what will happen here is this will kick it off. It will use a variety of open source models. You can see we have GPT OSS, but then also Llama and DeepSeek. And what we're doing here is we're taking the best parts of each of these open source models. We're using each of those for the different stages they're best at within the application. And we're pulling together a comprehensive research report. This will intelligently identify the areas that you've instructed it to go to, and you can very easily shape this into what would be an analyst report, a financial investment report, or a technical breakdown. I'll save you walking through this. Do you want to flick to the one we did a little bit earlier, Mark, so people can see the report? You can see here it's starting to build queries alongside that on the questions to answer this. And what you will be presented with, if you're familiar with deep research from alternative providers, is an in-depth, accurate, research-backed, with citations proving statements being made. This is resistant to hallucinations and actually can be taken out of this application and given to your technical teams. This is available today. It's live now, and you can go take this either in the web app, or if you want to be able to go to the API and do something clever like run a research report every time you do a sales call on the person in place to make sure you're fully prepared for your meeting. We are adamant on this staying within the UK. We're one of the only people to be able to process this in country as well. And we're really excited to be able to get this across to our customers today. Just one last thing to show on the demo, if that's okay. Under settings here, we have support for a controlled environment for sovereignty. So if Mark clicks under privacy here, you'll be able to see that actually you can be in complete control of where your AI data is being sent. Alongside that, you can control if your data is being used for training. By default, we take none of your data as it's encrypted. And then one of the things to make sure that this is being federated and managed across your organization is also we have enterprise-grade account management, both for your API to be able to control all your engineers inside the building, but then also your customers who are using the platform on your behalf as well. Fantastic. And I think just to talk a little bit about the reasons we made these decisions. And I think there's a lot of conversation going on right now about where the current state of AI is, and the UK versus China versus the US. But actually, I think some points that Kelsey made here were really, really prominent. Is actually, this is the AIME benchmark. This is the world's current golden source of truth for how hard problems can be and how well AI can solve them. And actually, the thing we're really encountering here is actually all the players are so close together. We're reaching parity now in the same way that Linux and open source disrupted the infrastructure market. This isn't about proprietary technology anymore. We're seeing this rapidly transform the way. And it's not about having access to the latest and greatest model. It's about having that model run on your terms, being able to solve your business problems. We're not going to spend time and effort building a model. We're actually going to make sure that we're the best place for you guys to run your models on Civo, and making sure that's in place with the world's latest optimizations and most powerful hardware. One of the most impactful things about the relaxAI service is our fundamental cost saving. So actually, we were able to achieve cost savings of up to 80% against Claude Opus 4.1 and up to 90% against ChatGPT 5. We can deliver a similar level of accuracy on problems as shown as the graphs before. And the most exciting thing that I really encourage customers to jump ahead and do so here is Relax is a drop-in replacement for ChatGPT and Claude. You can grab an API key off the service, you can input that into your system, and within one day you can perform a migration that gives you all of your data sovereignty and privacy within the UK and a 90% cost saving.